Hello and welcome to day 7 of NaNoWriMo. We are a week in, basically, which is very, very exciting. I can't believe how fast the first week has gone. So it is day 7 of Nano and I need to get writing. I have been grading all day. It is now nearly 5 o'clock, so I really do need to get writing or I am going to be writing until 8 o'clock. I've had a lovely day so far. You haven't missed a whole lot. I've just been grading, which I feel like you guys have seen plenty of time lapses of me grading papers. It's now nearly 5 o'clock and I'm finally sitting down to do my nano writing for the day. And I'm really excited about that. So our progress updates so far. In Nano, I have written 11,664 words so far. I have written 6 days in a row. So I'm nearly to my 7-day streak badge, which is exciting. As far as Scrivener and stats in there, I am up to 14,608 words total in the project so far. This is for my outline, but my outline words count towards my draft words because I just write over my outline once I start writing. So all of these words are valid. All of these words count. And my outline currently, every chapter has at least 500 words. Most of them are somewhere in the 500s. There is one chapter I think that is at 601 and there's one chapter, chapter 24, is at 798, which is kind of where I want them all to be at before I start really writing. But given that I'm getting a late start today and given that tomorrow is a teaching day on campus and so I need to be able to put some of my progress onto my iPad to take it with me because when I'm not at home I write on my iPad using a Bluetooth keyboard. Yeah, I will be kind of starting to write. So basically my plan going forward for at least the next few days probably is I'm going to keep working in kind of outline mode, outline brain. Today I'm going to focus particularly on the first 3 chapters, making sure that my outline for those is solid and I know what I'm doing, because I can put the first 3 chapters of the book onto my iPad and work on those tomorrow, both outlining and writing. I feel like 3 chapters is enough that even if I have to continue outlining and bouncing around a little bit, I'm not dealing with a ton of words putting into my iPad and then having to copy it back into Scrivener. But then the rest of the manuscript over the next few days, I do want to try to get all of the chapters up to at least 700, if not 750. Originally my goal was to get to 20,000 words with my outline. Now I'm thinking I'd be happy with like 16 or 17,000. I think that would be a perfectly acceptable outline. And I feel like I am at a point where I know mostly what I'm writing, but the reason I want to keep working in my outline instead of just starting to write is because by continuing to bounce between chapters and just check things out in that way, it helps me get a sense of the overall pacing and order and structure of things before I start really writing stuff. And like I was already having some ideas, I wrote them down on a sticky note last night that I'd completely forgotten and that do need to be in this outline. So there are things that are still coming to me. So I think it is worth it to stay in outline brain for just a little bit longer. But I think tomorrow I can continue to work on chapter 1 and maybe even start chapter 2 because I do feel like the first few chapters are solid. I think they're what they need to be. So I'm going to check that again one more time today, but then I think at least those few chapters are good to go, and then I can spend the rest of the week or at least the next few days continuing to work on the outline. And then hopefully by this weekend I will be like actually writing, switching from outlining brain and outlining mode to writer brain writing mode, because I'm ready. I wanted to start writing this and I'm really excited. I've been coming up with some really great scenes and I'm actually really happy with the plot of this one and what I've developed, partly thanks to a conversation I had with a friend when I was struggling over the first version of the outline. This is why you outline, because if I'd written that whole book with that whole other idea, that would have been bad. That would have been really, really bad because it would have needed to be completely rewritten, and that's just so discouraging and demoralizing when you write a whole book and then realize 60%, 75%, 80% of it has to be completely rewritten. That's not a fun situation to be in. I've been in a position where I had to massively rearrange things before, and that was bad enough, but to have to rewrite stuff, and that's what this would have been, because the old idea compared to the new idea is about 75% different. Only about 25% of the book stayed the same from one idea to the next. So I'm glad I outline. This is why I outline. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on this. I'm gonna get my music turned on. I've got a virtual walking video from one of my favorite London walking channels. It's called Watched Walker. So I've put on a London sunrise walk, Lower Marsh to St. Paul's Cathedral, including River Thames. It's not really completely, like, this location isn't completely relevant to this book, but it just sounded really nice. I'm gonna light my London candle, get that going, and enjoy this beautiful evening. It did warm up, but it's cooling back down. The sun is going down. I've got the windows open, managed to keep the AC off yet again. So happy about that. But yeah, it's a beautiful evening, so I am going to enjoy the next hour and a half. Hopefully I can finish at about 6:30, and yeah, we'll get some words written and see how far I can get. Some words written. That's what we're talking about. Words. I've got words. I have done 1,763 words today. I am now inching ever so slightly above the projected line, so I should be, if I was just sticking with 1,667 words every day, I'd be at 11,667 words today. But as of November 7th, I am now at 13,427 words, which makes me very happy. And I've just unlocked a new badge. I have unlocked the 7-day streak badge. You earn this badge by updating your word count 7 days in a row. No time for jokes, just time for keystrokes. I love how corny NaNoWriMo's website is. Looking at some of the rest of you, Angela, you are up to almost 19,000 words as of when I am checking this. My friend Mackenzie is also nearly at 19,000 words. Esther is at over 17,000. Emma's over 16,000 as of 2 hours ago. Louise is over 12,000 words. Anna is over 12,000 words. And Ashley is just under 12,000 words as of 3 hours ago. So you all are cranking through it. Excellent work, everyone. If we are not connected on NaNoWriMo's website and you are doing Nano, please send me a buddy request. I would love to join you and follow your progress. It's really fun seeing how well everyone is doing. Not so much to compare myself. I talked about this in the last vlog. I'm really trying not to compare myself because that's just pointless. We're all writing our own books and on our own journeys. But it's nice to see other people doing this and other people getting their words in. So yeah, I've had a lovely writing session. The sun has set. It is very dark outside and the temperature has dropped. It is, I think last I checked it was 69. Nope, 68. It's 68 now. So that's good. I have put the first 5 chapters on my iPad and I've got my keyboard case for it as well. And then the outline itself is currently at 16,371 words. So it's coming along and I'm enjoying it. I'm really looking forward to writing it. I'm just enjoying getting to know these characters and working with these characters, particularly the new main female character. She's been in the background of all the other books in the series, and I've enjoyed including her more in each book and having her become a bigger part of the series. So she's ready for her own book and she's got her own story to tell. And as I've been working on the outline, I'm excited about that story. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go get on with the rest of my evening. I'm not gonna vlog it. I'm trying to for these next few days, I'm just vlogging the writing. So I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my evening, but the vlog is now going to cut to tomorrow and writing on campus. I will take you with me to campus tomorrow, so keep watching and we'll see how many words I can get done with the new keyboard and just with my brain being exhausted from work. We'll see if I have time before class, because I did have about 30 minutes, 25 minutes before class last week, and I think that's a huge part of how I actually almost met the goal yesterday. So I'm hoping I'll have some time before class and then have my break, and then with the new keyboard, it should, even with the issues it seems to be having, it should still be better than the keyboard I was using last week. So yeah, here's hoping I can get some more words written tomorrow. Okay, hello and welcome to Tuesday. I'm on campus, as you guys can see. I'm just getting everything set up for another writing session and also to have my lunch. So I've got some orange juice and my water, and then I've got a sandwich and some cookies and a candy bar. So I should have all the writing fuel that I need today. And yeah, I'm ready to write. So I got here early, which was great, and had some time before I had to go teach. I was testing out the new keyboard last night at my desk, and so I wrote 159 words last night. I'm hoping I'm counting all these words correctly, but I think I did 159 words last night using the new keyboard. And so that wasn't part of what I updated you guys on last night in the vlog just a few moments ago. And it's not reflected in my Nano count from yesterday. So I wrote them last night, but I'm counting them as part of tonight's word count, if that makes, or today's word count, if that makes sense. And then this morning before class, I managed to do 523 words. So I need about 1,000 words from this afternoon session, and I've got about an hour and a half. The new keyboard is working-ish. It's working better than the one that I had, but last week. It's not that responsive, and I am struggling with it missing a letter from every other word. I have to be watching the screen. Sometimes when I'm out working somewhere like this, or a coffee shop, back when I did that, I like to type and just look around and not look at the screen. And I'm a pretty good typist. I can do that. I don't have to be like looking at the screen as I'm typing to be able to type. But when I was doing that earlier, I was looking back and seeing all kinds of misspelled words. I mean, I can't complain too much. This was like $13, so you get what you pay for. But it was cute and it was pink. But yeah, I've got, it's 2:50 now. My class got done at 2:45, so I've managed to get up here. I've managed to snag my favorite spot. I was so happy that it was vacant this morning as well, because it's just, oh, it's so nice sitting here, and it's nice sitting under the tree. It's currently 77. It's supposed to get up to 81 here on campus today, and it probably feels that warm in the sun, but I'm in the shade under three huge trees. The sun has moved to the other side of the buildings anyway, and yeah, it feels really nice. And I'm glad I brought my scarf with me, because it's feeling just a tiny bit chilly. So it's just a lightweight scarf, but it's still a scarf, and I'm happy. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this while I eat my lunch and drink some water and drink my orange juice and just rest, enjoy having a break from wearing a mask for a little while before I have to put it back on and go teach my last class of the day. But classes are going well, so that's nice. And yeah, it's election day, so I am wearing my I voted sticker and my Votes for Women badge that I got. I think I got this at the Museum of London like they had a suffragette exhibition. But yeah, I've done my part, so now I'm just trying to focus on classes and writing and anything other than the midterms, because it stresses me out too much. But it is election day, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get back to writing and see if I can get 1,000 words or so written. See if I can get more than 1,000 words written. So we'll see what I can do. It has been a very long day, but I'm finally home. I have taken a shower, washed my hair, all of that good stuff, and had dinner. I stopped at Chipotle, so brought that home, and I've just been watching Bachelor in Paradise. So it's been a nice, relaxing evening so far. I now need to copy everything I did writing-wise today into Scrivener and see what the total is. I managed to finish chapter 1 today, which is exciting, and start chapter 2. Okay, So finishing chapter 1 has brought me up to 1,273 words for the day. And then adding in what I did of chapter 2, copy, paste. I did 2,174 words today. That's amazing. I am so happy. Oh, that's fantastic. So yeah, that's exciting. 2,000 words. I can't believe that, you guys. I really can't. I was just hoping for par, you know, to hit 1,600 something, 17 at the most. But I had time. I had a good amount of time writing today, so that definitely helped. And the keyboard also helped. I'm on the fence about that keyboard. I feel like it was lagging sometimes. Like, it doesn't catch every keystroke. It'll miss a key. I'm gonna look and do a deeper dive of Bluetooth keyboards. This one at least fits perfectly in the case that I'm using, but it's also the right thickness. If I got one that was thicker, I don't think it would fit in here. So I don't really want to have to get a new one, considering I'm also only going to use this like 2 more days. And then, I mean, I could use it for going and writing at a coffee shop or something, but it's not like I'm doing that on a regular basis. I would like to do that this month. The weather's getting really nice. I think it would be nice to go do like a morning writing session on the patio at Starbucks and then come home and do an afternoon session or something like that. To be able to just put 1 or 2 chapters at a time on my iPad and then just copy and paste them back is really nice. So I would like to keep using the keyboard, so it might be worth it to get a good one, but I just kind of worry that none of them are going to be that much better than this one unless I spend a ton of money on a Bluetooth keyboard. Anyway, that's where we're at. I've had a wonderful day. I've had a good writing session. 2,000 words, over 2,000 words. I cannot believe that, but I am so happy. I need to get Nano updated on the website, fill in my trackers. And then it's after 8 o'clock. It's 20 after 8. So after Bachelor in Paradise, probably watch a couple YouTube videos. And then I'm still reading the guest list and it's getting really good. So I'll probably do a little bit of reading and then go to sleep. I am so tired. So I will check with you guys tomorrow once I am home from campus and ready to do some writing. All right, it is Wednesday. I have been reading the comments on day 5 and 6. You all have been very lovely about the length of these vlogs. Most of you seem to think longer would be perfectly fine, so yay. Pressure is off for me on this vlog to keep it under 30 minutes. I will try to keep it between 30 and 40, but yeah, it does help to know that you don't mind the longer vlogs. I promise to keep the Vlogmas vlogs around 25, 30-ish. I just like sharing my days with you guys. I need to write. I need to write for today. I don't know, I'm like, the weather's nice and I feel really cozy and I'm gonna light a candle and like, this is my ideal writing weather, but I'm also just really tired. Like, it's Wednesday. It's been a long week. I can't say I have an election hangover because here in Arizona, it's not over yet. They're still counting as of Wednesday at 4:43 p.m. So I'm trying to ignore it. So part of me just wants to like curl up on the couch and read the book that I'm reading and not write, but I feel like it's not really an excuse to not write. So I think I'm going to turn on one of Emma Bennett's live streams, one of the replays, and try to write along with her sprints. I think I'm going to keep working on the outline. I might also bounce back to chapter 2 and just keep writing. If it feels like I'm struggling with outlining, because that is harder. It's just longer to get to the word count when I'm outlining. So if I'm feeling particularly slow, I will go back to chapter 2 and just write. Today I just want to try to get my 1600 words as fast as I can. So yeah, I might go make some tea actually, and then I'll sit down to write. I'm done writing for the day. Did not get quite as much done as I feel like I was hoping I would. I met my goal. I hit par. So that is what matters. So today I managed 1,691 words, which brings me up to 17,292 words total for Nano so far. In my Scrivener project, I am now up to 20,236 words. So I'm at 20,000, but not all of that is outline. Since I've started writing the first 2 chapters. So I was working on the outline today, and I don't know. I honestly think at this point I'm just going to start writing. There's really not much more to add to my outline. I may as well just go. I did some more outlining, but then I was just really struggling and just needed to be writing. And so I went back to chapter 2 and continued writing that because I had started chapter 2 yesterday. That was really fun working on that again today because I was working on kind of reestablishing the Holborn flat in Red Lion Square for this book. And because I'm kind of, theoretically, it would be best if you've read the first 3 books before you read book 4. But because it's a whole new character, I am kind of trying to write this in a way that you could just start here and not read the first 3. So I'm trying to make sure that some of the key locations, even if I've already described them in a previous book in the series, that I'm reestablishing it, redescribing it, describing it from the new character's perspective instead of from Eleanor's perspective. And so it was fun, and it's a bit nostalgic because the flat in Holborn in Red Lion Square in the Across the Pond books, which features most prominently in A Brave Start in the first book, It's based on a real flat, a real building in Red Lion Square. And Red Lion Square is a real place in London, in Holborn. And it's the first place that I stayed in the first area that I stayed in when I visited. I stayed in a different flat in Red Lion Square where my friend was living, but the building that the flat is based on, that Eleanor lives in, is a building that I stayed in. They used to be vacation rentals. Now they've been, and the way that they're described in the book is how they look now. They've been completely remodeled and turned into fairly luxury flats, way nicer than what my mom and I stayed in back in, that was 2012. It's nice to kind of be back writing scenes in this area because it's one of the areas that made me fall in love with London in the first place, and it was a very kind of key location in book one, and so yeah, it's giving me all of the nostalgic vibes. But anyway, I need to wrap up this vlog, but before I do, I wanted to show you the book mail that arrived. It's kind of perfect timing. I've decided this is going to be my 10,000 word reward gift for crossing 10K words for NaNoWriMo. I'm now almost to 20K, so I've made another special order from one of my favorite stores. That should be arriving towards the end of next week, so that I might have to make that my 30K reward. I don't know. I'll definitely be closer to 30K than I will be to 20K when that arrives. But placing that order, I've kind of decided is an early like 20K reward, and I'll open it well after I've hit 20K. But this is the 10K reward, and I think it's pretty fitting as a reward. Oh, I'm glad I opened up the box completely because there was a bookmark shoved in there. Perfect. I love when books come with bookmarks. So if you notice from the box is from Book Depository. And so I got a book. And not just any book, it's a book on writing, so perfect for NaNoWriMo. This is the newest book from Beth Kempton. If you have watched some of my recent videos, you know that I love Beth's book, Wabi Sabi. And I also absolutely adore her book, A Calm Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I've got that one beside my couch at the moment. I always get it out in around October, and I'm going to read it again for 2022. It's a great book. Love it. But this is her new one, and this is The Way of the Fearless Writer, Ancient Eastern Wisdom for a Flourishing Writing Life. I follow her on Instagram. I love her vibe, love everything about her, love the previous 2 books that I've read. She's got, I think this is her 5th book now, which, by the way, the cover of this is just stunning. So I don't know if this is like fully launched in the US. I know the paperback edition will be coming out in July here in the US. For a while, this was saying it wasn't available on US Amazon, and then it was, but through a third-party seller, and this did come from the UK, I believe, through Book Depository. So thank God for them, because I did not want to have to wait until July to read this. I also really wanted the hardcover. I didn't want the paperback, because I have her previous 2 books that I've read from her in hardback and love them. So she also has a related podcast for the book that is extra thoughts, some bonus content that wasn't included in the book, I think she was saying, and so it's meant as a companion to the book, but isn't a complete rehash of the book. So if you get the book, you can still listen to the podcast. And I've only listened to the first episode so far, but I really liked the first episode. I was really intrigued to read the book. I enjoy her books, so I figured this would be a good one to get. And this is the very cute little bookmark that Book Depository has sent along as well. I still need to read, I'm still reading, where is it? So I should read this first. I'm still reading Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott, and this probably should take priority in reading. But I now have 2 really good books on writing to read, so I need to start like reading these. I wanted to be doing like a chapter a day from Anne Lamott from this book, so I probably need to do some catching up on this over the next few days and the weekend and try to finish this maybe by the middle of the month, and then I could start this one. Really looking forward to this book and really glad it arrived. So perfect 10K words in Nano reward gift to myself. And now my hair is like really, that's just completely come out of my barrette. I am just very disheveled today. Anyway, I am gonna go. I need to sort something out for dinner. It is feeling very chilly in my apartment, but I am loving it. So happy, just so happy with this weather. It's just been absolutely perfect today. I am ready to get cozied up on the couch and light my warm and cozy candle and probably put on, I think I've got part 2 of this week's episode of Bachelor in Paradise, and then I think there's some new episodes of Love is Blind on Netflix. So I'm just gonna have a total chill out, zone out evening. Our question of the vlog. I guess I'd like to know, do you like to reward yourself with new books or stationery or anything else when you hit milestones? So as a writer, like if you're doing Nano, are you setting up little rewards for yourself as you hit different milestones during Nano? If you're not a writer, in whatever it is that you do you enjoy creating any kind of like reward system as you achieve goals? I've always been big on rewards. During my PhD, which those of you who've been following me since my PhD years, you'll probably remember the occasional retail therapy gifting I did, the treat yourself moments that I would have as I hit different milestones during my PhD work. There were quite a few trips to Ted Baker or Swarovski, I seem to recall, during those years. I'm not doing anything quite so extravagant for Nano, although I might have to think of something really big, like not like crazy big, but like special early Christmas gift slash 50K, yay, you survived Nano, yay, you also survived the end of the semester kind of rewards. I should start thinking about something for the end of the month. But yes, do you do any sort of rewards for yourself for achieving certain things or hitting certain milestones? Because I definitely do, and it's nice to know if you guys are doing the same for Nano or otherwise, so let me know in the comments. Otherwise, you can just put treat yourself in the comments to let me know which one of you lovely people have made it here to the end of this vlog. So thank you for following along. This has been day 7, 8, and 9 of NaNoWriMo. So come back to the next vlog. It will probably be for day, I think I'll do day 10 and 11 in a vlog together. So come back for day 10 and I will see you all very soon in that vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!